Good afternoon. Welcome to Talking Bollocks 47. It is... What fucking day is it? Wednesday? Wednesday, May the 13th, 2020. Yeah. It's not so nice and warm out at the moment, is it? So it's kind of made it a bit... I don't know why there's a strange light on the phone. It's kind of made it a bit less yeah, I don't like this cold weather, basically. That's it. That's what I was going to say about it. It makes my hands hurt more, but then that's because I've got Raynaud's, so you know, shit like that does make my hands hurt more. What have I been listening to? Started listening to the Big Punk Show today, podcast done by some members of Aerial Salad, a band I know, and that's been making me giggle about, as I was getting ready I was playing it, and it was making me giggle because there was a story about going to Wales after some gigs and sort of one of them having to shit in the woods because they had a really bad back gut, yeah. But, you know, different things make different people laugh, don't they, right? I've also been listening to Wonk Unit. Not any particular album. I just put it on shuffle and let it choose for me. Spoilers, Bad Cop, and Grace Savage, and still listening to Carol Hodge. Also, because I really love it, is... My Favourite Murder, still listening to that podcast as well. I've been a bit late to the podcast party, actually. So now I didn't listen to any till about last December, and now I'm listening to two. So I feel like it's sort of maybe capturing my imagination a little bit, but also because I'm pottering around more. And I'm not in the car, because in my car I don't have anything I can listen to podcasts on, because I have an old-fashioned setup of CDs and the radio only. Although I do have a lot of I tend to, when I buy bands, I buy the CD and vinyl as well, so I can listen to the CD in the car and then listen to... and then just keep the vinyl. But also yesterday I was listening to Bang Romeo as well. So I think if I had the ability to play podcasts in the car, which obviously I could play on my phone, but then it's not coming out of all the speakers, which would annoy me. So yeah, podcasts are for home, walking the dog. Although I have been trying to walk the dogs without earphones in, because I want to listen to nature and shit. Yeah, so yeah, I would say give it a go. There's so many podcasts out there. I don't want to listen to too many. I like listening to people that feel like my friends, like My Favourite Murder, and then people that I actually know as well, which is cool. I'm also nursing an injury on my arm, because earlier I was chilling and on the phone to my best friend for about an hour and a half, and I needed to get up to go to the toilet, and the cat decided that wasn't good enough, and basically her claw got stuck in my arm. So I have, like, it's hardly anything, but it must have gone in about halfway, which was incredibly painful. A fucking good job, I love her, right? Yeah, so what have I done today? I haven't really done very much today. I've hung out some washing, I've cooked some food, I've chilled a bit, I've had a nice conversation on the phone, had a shower, had another chat with somebody else on the phone, and so I haven't really done much in the way, but that's probably enough. And I realised that actually some days I've been fitting too much in, you know, this isn't going to suddenly end. I work in an office, so unfortunately I won't be going back to work for at least, I don't know, maybe a month or two, I don't know. So I don't need to rush to do things. And I'm quite enjoying the kind of chilling out, just doing a little bit less sort of thing. And I know that's a privilege, because lots of people don't have that privilege at the moment. And there are actually lots of people going to work and sort of having to go to work. And that must suck. And I feel for you. And I'm sorry that I don't have to. I do have some blankets that I want to finish, and I've used a lot of the wool that I have in the house, which is good, because at one point it was kind of like, how can I fit things in my room, because I've got so much yarn in here. But anyway, Also practicing for my grading at some point today, which is in beginning of June. That should be interesting because usually we do a grading in front of other people and different people test us, but this time we're actually going to do it via video, which is going to be interesting. I'm lucky enough that because me and my youngest, my son Elliot, do it as well, we can partner each other, because there's some things that would look quite interesting doing with swords that we didn't have a partner. I guess you could do it, but it's gonna be, I mean, I guess you'd have to control it more because you don't actually have someone to mark off against. I mean, even when you're practicing by yourself anyway, when you don't have somebody, you have to imagine the areas that the sword is stopping and hitting. You don't just wave it around like they do in films. It's a lot less dare I say, a lot less violent, actually, which sounds strange because, you know, it's swords, isn't it? It's Japanese swords. I'm practicing with my new sword. It does leave a bruise on my thumb, but I think that's because I'm not used to having a tsuba, and the tsuba is the hand guard, basically. And actually, they didn't just use it as a hand guard. A lot of the tsubas, the on the swords, had holes in them, and they would have other little knives in them for different things like eating and cutting food up and shaving. The samurais, so it's quite fascinating. There's so many uses for so many things that they had. I'm probably going to watch some telly later. What have I been watching? Oh, Crashing. I think it's an old series that was on Channel 4, but I wanted something. I think it's great when you hear people that have your accent or your thing. So I kind of love British things for that. I really enjoyed You, Me, and Me, You, and the Apocalypse. It was very kind of odd. Rob Lowe is in it, but it's mostly British actors, which I like. Well, that's cool, because obviously I finished Downton now. So even though that's British, it's like British 100 years ago. So I think practice today and a bit of crochet. Probably cook some dinner because, you know, everybody has to eat apparently, although they're quite capable of cooking for themselves now they're older. But yeah, just that's it really. Just sort of pottering along and kind of trying to work out what can happen when. My daughter thinks that her shop is going to open in the next few weeks, so me and her have been discussing how she stays safe, and I think a lot of that is not being on public transport, unfortunately. So we've been discussing her cycling there and me alternatively picking her up as well, to balance that out, which is cool. And obviously she's gonna need some face masks, so I might have to look into material face masks. They're not high level, but she won't be in very close contact with people for a very long time, and apparently the material masks do just at least keep any germs in that she might have, which is cool, and they can be washed, so we'll have to sort of, I guess, invest in some of those. It does feel very weird though that something that you would look at other countries that they wear face masks all the time, and now, you know, you go out and it's very rare that we don't go out even down the local shop and not see someone with a face mask. It's really surreal. It's kind of like in our heads, I guess. Like, you know, I'm watching You, Me, and the Apocalypse, and some of the stuff in that program is just very everyday, normal things, and other things are just like this is something that I think we all thought that it was like going to be, you know, 28 days later, or some bomb will go off and or something, but you know, this is very different apocalypse. Although me and Elliot are ready for a zombie apocalypse with all the swords that we have. So yeah, if you want to come here, if there is a zombie apocalypse, I will happily shelter you and teach you how to protect yourself. This is just being silly. All right, my dears. Well, I'm going to go today because I'm going to go off and do the bits and pieces. It's getting late in the day. Doesn't time seem to go screwy at the moment? Like 1 minute you've got hours and hours and hours in a day, and the next minute the time has gone. I don't know where it goes. I think a lot of mine today was been playing Angry Birds, to be fair. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. I do love a good game of Angry Birds. I might start playing Plants vs Zombies again, to be fair. I loved that. I don't know why I loved it. I just did. But anyway, you take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the flip side. I will also, on the post that I put up on my profile, because those of you that missed this and do maybe want to watch all of it, God knows why, because it is me just talking shit. I will post who I'm listening to and what I mentioned, because yeah, it's cool, right? Yeah, I don't know, I'm so uncool, I think. But yeah, but there might be some interesting stuff in there that you want to go give a go at. Right, my dears, you take care, and I will see you tomorrow.